Hello everybody and welcome to Season 5 of the ENC Draft League. This season we're back to singles. We alternate every other season. Odd seasons are singles, even seasons are doubles. So Season 5 this is singles. We're playing Nat Dex, which is really fun. I've never actually really dabbled in this format, but I always thought it was cool. I just don't really play singles enough to actually get into it. But for draft, it's fun. I'll quickly go over my draft. If you want to see a more in-depth analysis of the other teams, check out Sigtrix's channel. I'll link it in the description. He's put up an analysis that him, Colin, and I did of all the teams. We broke them all down, talked about our thoughts. Some of them have changed since then, but overall, the core of most teams is the same. Quickly, my team is Palafin, Mega Garchomp, Volcarona, Tyranitar, Silvally, Amoonguss, Bisharp, Kilowattrel, Hitmontop, and Corsola Galar. My Terra captains are Bisharp and Corsola. Bisharp is Dark, Ghost, and Flying. Corsola is Ghost, Water, and Fairy. I took Bisharp because I played against I think it was Eastside Emboars in last single season, and they had Bisharp as a Terra captain, and that guy was a threat. And personally, I don't think they gave it the best Terra types. They gave it Water, Dark, and Steel. You don't really want both Dark and Steel. You obviously have to have one because that's how Terra captains work. But I think Flying or Ghost would have been amazing on it. So I put both Flying and Ghost on mine. But yeah, that thing, even when I knew it was gonna either be like Fighting Week or a Water type, it was easier to prep for, but that guy was still a threat. So I wanted to make sure I had him on my team. Then with the points left over, I had to get a 4-point mon, and there really aren't that many good 4-point mons. And I think Corsola is really good for a 4-point mon, so I grabbed that guy. He was a menace in OU when he came out, so that's pretty good. Hitmontop was originally an Aromatisse because I didn't have a Fairy, and I still don't. But then I decided I wanted a Spinner because I do have, Spikes or Rocks here, and Rocks here, and Rocks here. So I can set up hazards and keep them up pretty easily. So I wanted a way to spin without, losing my Spikes progress. As Rocks, you can set up again, but Spikes progress is kind of a pain to get back up. So I wanted a Spinner so I didn't have to rely on Defog. My defoggers are Volcarona and Silvally, who aren't even great defoggers, so a dedicated spinner is nice. The elephant in the room is Palafin. My first pick, 19 points, literally an Uber's mon. It's really good. Very strong physical attacker, and I also got another strong physical attacker, Garchomp. The idea being that the opponent's probably only going to have, like one physical defensive mon, right? Well, on a regular team. They'll have more in draft, but when they go super physical defensive, they're actually making themselves a lot more vulnerable to a Volcarona sweep potentially, which is kind of fun. I like knowing that they're not going to have any Spadef on most of their mons. Garchomp's also a nice switch for Palafin, because Palafin does need to switch. You got rough skin value when you come in, but also it is a ground type that isn't weak to grass, which is something that I really wanted for Palafin. There's a lot of them. I could have gotten a Gliscor or any Landorus, or Iron Treads, or Excadrill. Excadrill's a little too frail for my liking, but any of those first three guys were all valuable, but Mega Garchomp was still around. It's a new toy for me, so I decided to use it. Volcarona as the fire type of choice, with Flame Body to potentially punish physical attackers when I switch to Palafin. Silvally is like one of my favorite ones, and it can be any type, which I think is really fun in draft. Maybe not the best choice for any of those types, but it's fun. And I wanted a fun max because I got a win under my belt. I don't need to try hard every season. Amoonguss is the dedicated grass type on the team. It's got Regenerator, so I can switch in and out and get nice and healthy. It can also absorb Toxic Spikes, which is good. A lot of my guys don't really want to wear boots. Palafin would love to hold an offensive item. Garchomp has to have the Mega Stone. Silvally wants the drive. Bisharp is immune, and Volcarona does like the boots, and Kilowattrel's immune. So it's not like crazy Toxic Spikes weak, but a little bit weaker than I'd like. I think Kilowattrel's an 8-point mon, which is the amount I had left after because I plan on getting Tyranitar. It was my last pickup. And then 8 points left, Kilowattrel. I need an electric type, need a flying type. Great choice. I honestly really love this one. It gave me some speed that I really needed, because my fastest guys are Garchomp before Mega Evolving at 102 and Palafin at 100, and Volcarona is also 100. The 125 is really nice, and it's actually really good in my first matchup, which is Dave, which is horrifying, because Dave is, I think, probably the best player here, at least best singles player here. Strictly singles. Sigtrix is the best well-rounded player, most well-rounded player. I think I'm probably the best doubles player, and then Dave is definitely the best singles player. He's got tornadus-t, Great Tusk, Greninja, Glimora, Ogerpon, Hearthflame, Tinkaton, Glastrier, Araquanid, Electrode, Hisui, and Greedent. Very scary team. It's pretty balanced. He's got a couple fast guys, notably these two, but neither of them is faster than Kilowattrel, and that's what I'm like thankful for more than anything, because Kilowattrel kind of goes to work on this team. This team, my game plan is really support Kilowattrel and let it get as much work done as it can. Briefly, he's got a regenerator, he's got his fast sweeper. I'm not a big fan of this guy since it's a fire type that can't wear boots. This is a crazy Terra Captain, but it really struggles without Wish support, and he didn't actually manage to get a Wish Pokemon on his team. This is also a really good Terra Captain. It's so fast. Then Great Tusk, one of the best spinners in the game. Glamora, also a great spinner and a great hazard setter as well. Tinkaton just rounds out his bulk a little bit with some good typings, and then, webs if he needs them. And then Greedent is, I guess it's a 1.1 that can do something. It at least has stats, unlike a lot of the other ones that are like pre-evolved Pokemon. Alright, yeah, we can go over what I've done. We're starting off with Palafin, and we're also starting kind of crazy because this is a mixed Palafin with a lonely nature. Max Speed Jolly Palafin is unfortunately 1 point slower than Max Speed Tusk, but my thought on Max Speed Tusk is that if it's Max Speed, it's going to be Booster Energy. There's no reason to run Max Speed without Booster Energy. And if it's Max Speed Booster Energy, I'm slower than it no matter what, so why even bother outspeeding Max Speed Tusk? Because if I could do it while being plus attack nature, I would, but I can't. And that 10% on this 160 is so many more points than a 10% over 100. And then Great Tusk is the one. And since I cannot speed Great Tusk, it's only a couple points faster than Max Speed Glamora, which actually hits 298, so that's what this is for. This special attack is so that I can two-shot it with Surf when I'm in baby form, and then the physical attack is so that I can Wave Crush into Jet Punch to kill just about any Tornadus he brings. Then the rest is just an HP. We got an Assault Vest for particularly Greninja. Even though I don't have a fighting move on it, I can bluff one and then flip turn out. I can come in on even a Dark Pulse, take like 2 or 3 of them, then I'll bluff the fighting move, flip out, and worst case scenario, if he attacks me, I'll still survive. So Garchomp was a last minute addition to the team because he was just talking in the general this morning about how he is so worried about the Palafin matchup. I actually think I want to put the minus there, by the way. He was talking about how worried he was about the Palafin matchup, so he was considering, or he's talking about how Araquanid is his dedicated water type. This was a Volcarona before, which is significantly worse into Araquanid than Garchomp, so I decided to bring Garchomp so that I have that Stone Edge that can at least do like 50% to it, because otherwise my team's looking a little bit Araquanid weak. Earthquake, Stone Edge, Scale Shot, and Draco Meteor. Draco Meteor is, with this special attack, 2 shots Great Tusk. I can also use it to finish off Glamora after it's been chipped by something else without setting up Toxic Spikes. And then Scale Shot allows me to set up for a sweep. The only problem is that Stone Edge does not one-shot Tornadus without me going Adamant. But then again, even if I am Adamant, it only kills max HP, and he probably puts some defense in, considering I've got these 2 guys up front. So, I'll have to chip it with, like, who could chip it? I guess, this guy can chip it, yeah. I'll get to that later. Faster than this guy at +1, faster than this guy at +1, faster than everybody at +1, and I kill a lot of the guys. I need to think of a name, I'll be back to him. Next up we got Kilowattrel. This is a really bulky variant. This is to live, max attack. I guess I can show you the calcs. It's for Great Tusk, offensive Great Tusk versus Kilowattrel. Max attack Great Tusk Ice Spinner. We live that. What about Adamant? Do we live? No, not quite Adamant, but probably. Well, I guess he could go Adamant. Yeah. Good roll to live though. But that's not really what it's for. It also is for Ogerpon, Hearth Flame, Living Ivy Cudgel, and this is also the minimum amount of attack I need to get Great Tusk, max HP Great Tusk with a Hurricane. Thunderbolt Volt Switch just, hits everything. He doesn't really have a ground type outside the Great Tusk, which is weak to me. Which is weak to my Hurricane. And yeah, just faster than these 2 is a huge threat to the team. So gotta protect this guy and let it do its work. Next up we have our Terra Captain, one of our Terra Captains, Bisharp. We're running Knockoff, Sucker Punch, Iron Head, Terra Blast. I could drop Iron Head, but when I look at the Glastrier, I see Ice and Fairy, and that means that if it's either of those, well, it's not going to Terra into Ice, but that means I can also catch it on a switch in. Fairy's weak to Steel, and that gives me a 50% hit on it, and then it probably can't kill me back unless it's, it would have to be like close combat. I don't even think high horsepower would get me. But if it's just Terra Blast, Icicle Crash, it won't kill me. And then I do have Terra Blast as well. I can 3-shot fully bulky, like a really bulky Great Tusk. If we put Bisharp in, Terra it, you know, 2-shotting just max HP, but then he goes like this and he still gets 3-shot. And he'd have to be Ice Spinner to get it, which I think he probably is Ice Spinner for the Kilowatt Roll. Or I guess Rock could do it too, like Stone Edge. But then, you know, you have to hit probably 3 Stone Edges. So that's a little scary. Next up we have Hitmontop Technician with triple axle is really fun. But the main reason he's here is to spin away the whatever this thing sets up and potentially also webs. AV with max special defense is that I can always come in on Greninja, like no matter what. Greninja will never sweep me, even if it gets a cheeky kill with like 5-hit Water Shuriken on this guy, because it'll do like 60 or 70% of this bulky one if he gets all 5. But then that means that even if it gets the boost, this guy comes in, eats +1 Surf for breakfast, kills back with close combat. I can also send this guy in at any point on Greninja to get my spin off, or if I predict that he's going to go to Torn, I can get its triple axle off and kill non-bulky variants and do like 70% to bulky variants. Let's put Torn in. Tornadus-t. I think I have one in here. Yeah, the weak 1/1. Let's put Hitmontop in. Triple Axle does 70% to this, which means that he's gonna come out and then come back in at about 40-ish%. No, he'd be at 30 and then he'd gain 30. So no, he'd come back in at about 70%. Let's see how much Garchomp is doing. Garchomp Mega. Let's actually Mega it, yes. Stone Edge, yes. Oh wow, yeah, that's perfect actually. It works out perfectly so that if the Tornadus takes a triple axle from this guy, switches out, gets Regenerator, comes back in, it is now in range to die to Stone Edge as long as I hit. Like, pretty much guaranteed. Because this is the bulkiest it can afford to go while still outspeeding the things that it needs to. Notably, my Palafin and Garchomp. Last one is actually really important. It's the Corsola. I don't know why I put 4 special defense in. I wonder if that was important. You know, I don't think it was actually. I think I just forgot that EVs worked that way at level 100. I'm gonna put the speed in for Glastrier because they actually speed type. I don't have the speed EVs in. I think he probably will run speed, but the awkward thing about Glastrier is that the only way it ever really beats Corsola without relying on flinching from Icicle Crash is it has to be Substitute. And if it's Substitute, I can break its Substitute in 1 hit if it's 403 or less, right? And he might even go 403 just because it's a better Stealth Rock's number than 404. But 403 is giving him a substitute of, the way it would work would be 403 divided by 4. That's 100.75, rounds down to 100. Nightshade matches the level. Nightshade does 100 damage to Glastrier. So I break it in 1. It has to be exactly max HP. And if he's exactly max HP, then he can't necessarily afford to run speed. So I either break its substitute in 1, or I'm faster than it, which is my thought process. And if I'm faster than it, then I can easily Will-O-Wisp it before the second substitute goes up, or Strength Sap to fully heal. The most awkward thing, and I don't know if I even should be saying this in the video because I might be setting myself up for sabotage if anybody watches these, Strength Sap loses to substitute hard. Yeah. But that's the team. I'm sorry I had to rush it, but we were supposed to play on Saturday, and then Dave was like, hey, I'm actually free to play today. You want to play? I'm like, sure, why not? So I'm going to have to think of a nickname for Garchomp, and then we're going to hop right into it. Alright. Electrode. Okay, so there is no Araquanid. He baited me with that. What else is there not? There is this guy and Tusk. Greninja is there. No Glamora. Electrode's there. Basically what I was expecting, except Electrode over Glamora. I think I still lead this guy, though. I think I just need to get him into the correct form. Does Greninja get Flip Turn, actually? I don't know. No Flip Turn, okay. I will just go to this guy. It's Protean. Okay, that's good to know. What kind of damage is that? That is not Life Orb. Scarf? Could very well be Scarf. I'm triple axling. Show me Tornadus. No real hazards on this guy outside of Great Tusk. So the spin is a lot less important to preserve. Paladin does get to be 3D. That's fucking amazing. I just close combat? I mean, maybe I do it again. Tusk is the switch. Yeah, I'll just get some chip on this guy. Rocky Helmet. Okay, let's check the Tusk. Yeah, that has to have... Wait. No, that's not defense. It's, 0. Let's just try Adamant. 22, 29. Yeah, okay, good, got it. I think we just go this guy. This guy's completely free. Okay, he did have that. Got the disable on him. Get my rocks up. Probably Greninja. With that guy. No boots. Get my top coming back in. Spikes up. Rapid spin. Close combat again. That's Greninja done. That's actually huge for me. Torn comes back in. I'm going kill a watch roll. The stupid dance. That was a crit. I'll roost off the damage. Alright, it is boots. I'm volt switching. We'll figure out what Terra type it is here. No Terra, okay. We'll go Max Repo since he didn't Terra. I'll flip turn. Yep. I'll take my heal. Now a volt switch. Okay, so the problem is that this could be either ice or I don't know for sure what it's gonna be. How does Hitmontop probably dies to either one? Yeah. What about Corsola without an Eviolite? Two-shotted. Okay, I'll go this guy for the mid ground. Yes. I'll knock. See if it has close combat. No close combat. Very good. Alright, I get a kill here. Unless he... No, yeah, it's a kill for sure. He would have to send in Tusk. Or... This is a crazy play. Does he preserve this? I think I'm just gonna take the knock, yeah. Tusk comes in. I think I'll just take the chip on Tusk. A nice call. Nice call. I do what I do. Yeah, Wave Crash is kind of goated here. Does he switch? Yeah, I think he does. Oh, no, he didn't switch. I do die to whatever, I don't... Oh, thank you. I'll take that. Ivy Cudgel's a 2-shot without my EVL light. Yeah, okay. He's done. Even if he kills this, I just revenge him with priority. Jet Punch, he's gonna go... No. Oh, I should have... Oh, I did. That's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Rocky Helmet. He's terrored this, right? How do I make it mega? There we go. I need to hit like 4. Nice. Whew. Stone Edge. Oh my god. Earthquake kills. Oh my god. That's crazy. I am like very happy. Dave is easily the best player here. I'm so happy. Oh man, that's crazy. That feels amazing after last time.